Alright, so a lot of you guys have been watching me for a while, and you'll notice that I always get comments like, oh yeah, you call out Fox News, but you never call out CNN or MSNBC. Yeah, which is true, and it's mostly because I'm only fucking one man, and I'm not going to sit here and try and debunk every fucking news channel, every news story that needs to be debunked. So I mainly go after Fox, but with this one I'm really going to show you what the fuck here's a major problem with like MSNBC, and right from the get-go it'll be, you know, right when I start showing you this clip, I want you to watch the whole thing to the end. It's only about 3 or 4 minutes long, but what you'll notice is that right from the beginning MSNBC like makes it, they're like the place for politics. Alright, and then watch the very end of the watch till the very end of the clip, because the clip is interesting, but it's how they end it that I really want to talk about. So here's the fucking clip.
Welcome back to MSNBC Live. I'm Carlos Watson. There's new speculation today that Senate Democrats are abandoning their hopes of creating a bipartisan health care bill. With me now live from Capitol Hill to discuss this is Independent Senator Bernie Sanders from Vermont. He's a member of the Senate Health and Education Committee. Senator Sanders, good to see you, sir.
Good to be with you, Carlos.
So, Senator Sanders, I know that you've been a strong supporter not only of a public option, but in fact of a single-payer health care plan. If the strong public option isn't on the table, do you think you and other Democrats would rather see nothing happen this year and take a chance and wait until next year or another time?
Well, Carlos, the current healthcare system is disintegrating. We've got 46 million without any health insurance, more who are underinsured. We got 1 million Americans who go bankrupt every single year, and 18,000 people die because they don't have access to a doctor. So the issue is that we spend a whole lot, almost twice as much as any other country, and yet our outcomes are worse. We've got to deal with that issue. My view is that we need comprehensive, universal, cost-effective health care. That's what we need to do. And I want Republicans to come on board. But at the end of the day, with 60 people in the Democratic caucus, what is most important is that we pass real health care reform, which improves the lives of our people. And if the Republicans don't want to participate in that process, if all they want to do is filibuster, well, that's their problem. I think we have got to go ahead.
So, Senator Sanders, do you agree with my colleague Chris Matthews, who says that other Democrats, some of your colleagues, are pussyfooting around, that exactly what you said is right, that you've got a lot of people on the brink, even people who are beyond the brink in terms of not having coverage, going bankrupt and dying, and that Democrats are wasting too much time trying to cooperate with Republicans? Those Democrats who aren't pushing hard for a Democratic solution, should there be primary challenges against them? Should you, Howard Dean, and others suggest, as MoveOn.org did in North Carolina, that there will be primary challenges, there will be consequences if they don't get on board soon?
All I can tell you, I don't want to project politically into the future. The latest polls that I have seen have said that 72% of the American people want a public option. People do not trust, for good reasons, private health insurance companies whose function is not to provide health care, but to make money and to rip off the people. So to me, I happen to believe that a single-payer system is the only way you can accomplish all of our goals. But at the very least, we need a strong public option. And I would hope that every member of the Democratic caucus is prepared to support what the overwhelming majority of Americans want and need.
Senator Sanders, my guest co-host Richard Wolff, MSNBC contributor, has a question.
Senator, do you really think you got 60 votes for a strong public option among the Democratic caucus? If so, who are these people? Because everyone thinks that Lieberman would fold, and so would Nelson. So how do you keep them on board?
Here's what you got. You got two separate questions. You don't need 60 votes to pass legislation. You need 50 votes plus the vice president. You need 60 votes to stop a Republican filibuster. And as you know, the Republicans have been filibustering. If you're asking me, do I think we can get 60 votes to say, Republicans stop filibustering, let's go forward with debate, and will some of those people peel off and not vote for final passage? That's quite probable. But do I believe we can and should have 60 votes to say to the Republicans, stop stop preventing the American people from having health care reform? Yes, I do.
Senator Sanders, I have only 30 seconds, but have to ask you about Afghanistan. I know that you've got 1,500 National Guard members from Vermont scheduled to deploy there soon as part of the 21,000 increase. There are some who are now worried that Afghanistan is going to be a lost cause, that we could spend 7 to 15 years there and still not see resolution that we feel good about. Do you have any fundamental concerns about President Obama's new direction, including the appointment of Lieutenant General Stanley McChrystal to head up that effort?
I do, but I can't explain them in 7 seconds. Sorry.
Let me give you a little bit more then. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it.
It's a complicated issue, and I think you really can't do it thoughtfully in a few seconds.
Fair enough. I appreciate you coming on today and look forward to talking to you about that and more in the future.
Thank you very much.
Senator Bernie Sanders, thank you so much. New reports of infighting within the Jackson family.
All right. So, it was an interesting interview right up there until the end there where the fucking interviewer was like, we've got about 30 seconds left, I want to ask you a quick question. He asked a fucking 25-second long fucking question and then expects, a 10-second answer. And I'm so fucking glad that the person he's interviewing did not bother to even try, because that's bullshit, and we all know it is. And what do they have to quickly boot someone who actually knows what they're talking about and is actually in the politics for? The Place for Politics, MSNBC? What do they boot him for? Some fucking Michael Jackson family news. Because that's what's important to America. That's what all of America must know about, is who's getting Michael Jackson's money. Or where his kids are going. That's more important than healthcare reform or something like that. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm calling you out, MSNBC. That was some bullshit. I don't call myself like a fan of any news network or anything like that. I think probably the BBC is the best of that I've seen. So, and I don't really watch a whole lot of BBC. So, but this is bullshit. I do like MSNBC obviously more than I like Fox, but that kind of stuff right there makes me question if Fox had done that, I would have called them out. And so I'm going to be fair and call out MSNBC and say that's some fucking bullshit. Don't call yourself the Place for Politics if you're going to leave the politics to go talk about fucking Michael Jackson and what his family's doing now. Because no one fucking cares, alright? He sang some songs, he danced some moves, he's dead. Let him go, alright? Let it go. Let's move on to healthcare reform so the rest of us don't fucking die, alright? Coctopus, out.